at the perfect time. I kid you not, 6 hours ago, I pretty much fully recovered from like strep.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Like 2 days ago, I like could not sleep. Woke up like at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., all the way till the sun came up, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just committing to it." Went to the doctor, thought I had the flu. Nope, it was strep. So I was like couch locked for days, and today's the first day I got my fucking voice back. So
Ouch, dude. I'm glad to have you back. I hope
I
you're
was
good.
happy about
Strep is the
that.
worst, dude. I think my personal opinion is that sore throat and stomach stuff is the worst.
hmm
The worst.
I had crazy body aches. I felt
Allergies is
like
the worst.
I just had a full body workout, and every single time I moved a muscle, like rust was falling off of my body. You know what I mean? Does that make any
Yeah.
sense?
It's like
Kind of.
am I like 70 years old? Like what is going on?
Yes, yes.
No, man. That
Okay.
sucks. All right.
So
We can
we got a
skip the
couple notes
form
here.
because Spilo said I don't have to. Spilo said I don't have to. Spilo said I don't have to. So we can skip the form. So what are we looking at today?
In my defense, you said I don't have to.
That's true. I did. I don't want to waste
Okay.
my time with that. So yeah.
So okay, so we have a couple codes here.
Mm.
We have Oasis, JQ, Ryan. We haven't talked about my JQ or my Ryan ever, but the way that I think that my team is leaning. So we've been pretty much hard locking old meta comp with Winston, Sombra Tracer, Lucio, Kiri.
Yeah.
We've been hard locking that for a really long time. Took us to like top 52 OD. We didn't like place very well, but like I was happy with it ish. Everybody else was really happy with it. And now that we're kind of getting to the point where we were crunched for time then, so we were just really learning how to play that one comp into everything. And now we're getting a lot of more grasp in like fundamentals and how tempo relates to like not just your composition into the enemy, but like every composition into each other, right? And
Right.
it's more like a math equation than a memorization.
Right.
Did I give you that example?
No. I think
So
you're fine.
so now and also the dive comp is like way harder. Like let's keep it a stack. Like
Yeah.
the skill floor and the skill ceiling for the dive comp is like fucking
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so if you're botching the dive comp, you're like hard trolling the lobby.
Yep.
But if you're kicking ass, like it's unstoppable, right?
Agreed. Yep.
So we're like fucking GM, like maybe I think GM one technically, but like 4.3.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So yeah, we're not like best of the best OD. So we're leaning a bit more towards results now that we've got a good layer of fundamentals down. Like we understand a lot. We kind of I feel like we did a lot of good work on the front end, and now we're just like, all right, let's focus on winning. Let's run some Reinhardt or some JQ or some Ram or just more pokey.
Yeah.
Or pokey, more brawly, just easier stuff.
Well, it's good for you as a player too to like kind of like dabble in a little bit of everything. Like your understanding as a whole is gonna like kind of grow as a tank player. You know.
So while we are still going to run the dive because like we've practiced it a lot, I have a couple codes here. First things first, JQ Ryan.
Yeah.
JQ Ryan on Oasis, pretty simple. New Queen Street. I called it Despair Winston Scrim Code because we got our asses handed to us in like the mirror, and I felt as if I wasn't doing a good job in directing our win conditions to my team.
Yeah, I got you.
In the sense of like in the mirror more often than not, especially the dive mirror, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, please like iron this out of my head if it's wrong, but like the way that I always understood it is that whoever can control the better space in the mirror more often than not can win the fight.
Yep.
Right?
Yep,
especially in the
dive.
dive.
For your DPS. Yeah, basically. So that your DPS end up doing more. It's something that Egoist Cat used to call passive advantage, where like the team that controls more space ends up doing more damage and ends up forcing more cooldowns without having to use any cooldown. So then, therefore, if you want to commit on a dive or you're trying to peel off a dive, it's just that much easier.
Yeah. And lastly, I called it the creative code because I am trying to expand my hero pool. I know, correct me if I'm wrong, there is like a Hog rework coming eventually,
Hog
right?
Sombra, I think, are the two that we've been hearing about. Like, I think fall, but I'm not sure.
Got it. So given Blizzard's...
No, wait a second. Why are you asking that right now?
I don't... I was...
Let's talk about a hog. I'm like, hold on.
So, I may or may not have played Sig, Junkerqueen, and Hog. But Sig, Junkerqueen, a lot of Hog. On that last one. So, I am working on, like genuinely expanding my hero pool, because, like, bro, if it all of a sudden becomes a fucking diva off-tank meta with, like, Zarya, like, or Hog, I'm just fucking up shit's creek without a paddle, man. Right. So... I wanted to ask you, what did you feel would probably be the highest return on investment for today's session?
I don't know, mate. Okay, so here's the thing: is we've talked a lot about your Winston, right? That's something that we've talked about. It could be like we could just do like a status check to see how you're doing and see like if there are any specific questions about like, okay, what do I need to be doing better in the mirror? But it could also just be like more of an educational like learning stuff where we just go over heroes that we haven't really talked about and just kind of fill the gaps in your knowledge. So like, I don't know. Like it's totally up to you, honestly. Anything can work.
Damn it! Yeah. I was hoping you wouldn't throw the ball back in my court.
No.
Just make my decision for you. I want you.
Spiked it. I'm like, well, bam, right back. Like, so what do you
Gosh. Can't you just tell me how to live my life? Like, good lord.
I could do that, yeah. I mean, we could also just zoom through. We could go at like a brisk pace and get a little bit of everything if you want. Yeah, I see that base. Yeah, we'll maybe.
I'm thinking. I mean, shoot. What are you gonna title that in the second channel?
Yeah, everything.
Like, GQ, Reinhardt, Sigma, Zarya, Monkey.
Here's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be like the complete tank guy, but not the support guy. But it's just an hour, and it's just your coaching.
Yeah.
Okay, let's zoom. Okay, I forgot it's a scrim, so it actually just jumps right into it. Nice. Yeah. So Ryan, close range hero, hit people with the hammer. It's really just that simple. Even in the Queen matchup, it's really just like if you are forcing a brawl with Queen and you're able to close the distance safely, and you're hitting your fire strikes and you're hitting your wall, you don't need to sit there and be like, oh, I'll just hit her with your hammer. Hit her with your hammer.
Okay, now, beat the shit out of her.
Right, yeah, that's basically it. Like, even Ramatra is, if you're able to close the distance safely without burning a lot of cooldowns, you just win. That's just how it is. I think people overthink that matchup a lot. The problem is that obviously a good Queen is going to do like, she's going to hit a knife, or she's gonna try and poke down your shield a little bit, poke down your HP a little bit. So if you look at this, if you guys get a good wall on the Queen, I don't care if she has shout, I don't care if she has carnage, she will die. The difference, though, is if you can't get a good wall on Queen, you need to try and find good cover and try to avoid giving her too much poke value. See if you can force shout, then push, all that kind of stuff. So basically, with Reinhardt in this matchup, it's like super, super fundamental. Like, can we avoid too much? There's nothing like crazy, like rotations on dives. You just don't take damage, right?
Just you wait.
Forehead.
Just you wait. My thought process here, I think, is like, oh god, they have more poke than us. Let's just get the fuck under them because I won't be able to contest point.
No. You're right. Yeah, this is definitely how it needs to be done. So what you guys would do is that you would get at least somebody, like you can go underneath here. You can either, and then whoever gets drops gets walled off, and then you just beat them with your hammer. And then your Tracer can contest an angle. Your Batiste can play wherever. Yeah, this is fun. I would. Yeah. Now. Yeah, I think this is probably fine. What I would just be careful about is just obviously don't take too much damage in that process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look back at this a little bit here. So, yeah, the problem here is your Tracer shouldn't be here. Your Tracer should be positioning and pushing over here and controlling this off angle over here, or pinstring from this position here. You should. Okay. She shouldn't be here because she just freaking dies. That's not obviously not optimal whatsoever. But yeah, I think like besides that, this is mostly okay for you. Maybe being very cautious about how much damage you take in the fight. This pin is good. I mean, you may look at this like she just folds, right? If you can get what you want, she just folds. Here we can survive. All right, let's go. I would just pin. To be honest, pin on the Hanzo, pin on the Genji, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Pretty well done from your end. Let's put it that way. Pretty well done from your end. A little bit more discipline with how much damage you're taking now.
Yeah, I agree. That seems to be a recurring theme across a lot of my tank, is I'm taking too much poke before the engage. Now on Winston, on Ryan, and like...
Yeah, fine. The only thing I would say here is that, like, especially because you're countering Blade with beat, I would be hitting people right now. I would not be pinning. Like, you don't need to pin this guy, right? Hit him with your hammer. Because the thing, and this is the case back with like Junkerqueen mirrors as well, but it applies to the Rein stuff as well. When you counter an ultimate with beat, don't survive, aggress.
That makes sense. Because you can kill two birds with one stone, right? If you aggress with the beat.
So you're thankful that they committed shout as well, which is nice. So you are kind of killing two birds with one stone here, but you can greed this even further. You should be hitting Lucio, you should be hitting Junkerqueen, you should be hitting Genji, really anything here, because you could easily get off 2 or 3 swings before you need to shield or give up space. The only exception to that rule is like if, for example, they get a fat blizzard and then you have to beat to counter that. Then yeah, you know, survival is more of a priority there. But like this is not like, it's a neutral cooldown trade when you guys earn the right to have a positive cooldown, right? And this is where we're concerned. Like this right here is what can't happen for you from the micro.
Yeah.
You're gonna get knifed, Gracie, right? You're gonna get pulled. You're gonna get carnaged. And now look at your shield and look at your HP, right? You're still not fully... If they shout push you here, you can't really swing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you have
to do.
That
makes sense.
So what I would do is, like, you're holding a corner, which is good, but don't hold a corner where you're taking poke. If you even want to migrate to, like, for example, you could be migrating to here. Okay, now Hanzo's poking me. Okay, then migrate over here. Find an angle, fine. Or just find some way to avoid damage entirely. And also, if you hear or see this kind of foolishness, beat this guy's face in. You need to be really careful about how much, like, because you're taking so much damage.
Just kind of looking at it from like a brawl versus brawl perspective, I also do kind of want to be dragging them through open space, right? Yes. So me standing at the choke is almost actively closing the distance for them.
Well,
you know,
you want to be close.
Yes,
close.
It's counterintuitive, so I don't really know.
You want to be close, but the problem is that they are basically not engaging and yet poking you, and that's what we don't want. So for you, I would legitimately ping pong pin over here, and then try to reduce the number of people that are poking you down. You see that? And worst case scenario, the difference between this side and this side is that if you really start getting poked down, you could tuck all the way into here.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Completely LOS it. Now you do give up this angle here, but that's part of the price that you have to pay. So the big, without overcomplicating it with details here, stop, take, poke, pre-fight.
Yeah, we also have Tracer to help with that. So like you'd think, okay, so yeah, okay, it's not entirely.
Like now the Junkerqueen has the advantage in the brawl, and by a lot, because she's got shout, she took no damage. You know, you're just cooked. So like, you know, that's why you're gonna feel bad versus Junkerqueen in the brawl. If the Junkerqueen is really good, she will try and be able to successfully take angles to where she can poke you out ahead of time. But then a really good Reinhardt will find ways to avoid those angles, and obviously like that's where the push comes from. Which tank is going to execute their solution better. Okay.
He got his one, man. He got his one.
I guess so. I don't know. I actually don't even know who gets back faster after. I don't know. But yeah, again here, just, you know, whatever. And then here it's like, okay, don't peel the queen, hit backline.
Uh-oh.
Hit backline because you are going to need to pin out. But, like, you can't, like, you know what, actually, you know, this is tricky. A pin on queen would be helpful here. I'm not going to lie to you.
If I landed it.
If you land it. But also hitting Hanzo and Lucio and keeping the backline honest would isolate the queen and keep your team alive. So I don't really know. Let's put it this way. If you're going to do this, hit the pin. You know, it's not Winston dive. When there's like an on and aid to control, you know, the queen pin is a little bit better, I would say, a little bit easier to hit, but you better darn well hit it, right? Like anytime Hottie was playing in a dive on Ryan and he missed the Winston pin, and then the enemy Ana could just do whatever she wants, it felt really bad, right? So you the high risk, high reward play, and you roll the dice and you flop it.
Got it.
By the way, same thing here.
Oh, I think our Ryan's trolling.
I think so too. Look at your HP. It's the knife, you get the pull, you get carnage, you get slam, right? Who has the better brawl? It's complicated. It's the same thing with Ram. I mean, Ram's going to do the exact same thing, right? He's going to whittle down your shield, he's going to throw your E out, burn like, you know, 200 of your HP, and then he's going to start punching. And the problem with Ram is that you're never going to be able to, you're just going to punch you right through your shield, right? So it's going to feel terrible.
Yeah.
But if you get on top of Ram, no HP lost, no cooldowns lost, the guy just loses.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Super hot and cold with Ram.
Do you think that that's a metric of me not realizing that my team is ready to cross through those chokes?
Yeah.
I think it might just be is an awareness thing.
It might be an awareness, might be a communicational thing, because like ultimately, like how do you guys?
Why am I asking you to look at my brain?
Why do you guys want to play? How do you guys want to play this neutral? Like right now, what's the fight plan here? You tell me.
So I'll tell you the fight plan. I'll tell you exactly what it was. I remember this one. I said, can we mark Lucio and then go high ground so that he doesn't play for the boob?
Right. So what are you doing to contribute to that fight plan right now?
Air, and then I actually do the opposite.
Right. You're just forcing your Batiste to babysit you and feeding them them ult charge. Right. Like there's just no reason for you to be doing anything here. And even if your fight plan here was to push on the queen, why peek? 3, just make her walk out to here where you can maybe even get an easier Mei wall, right? Like make her sweat to get spam on you. Make her risk peeking your BAP or Mei or Tracer to put spam on you, right? And then go for your 3-2-1 push, or then go for your 3-2-1 push, right? But like this is just like you're just losing. Like this fight is just now about to start, and look at your HP and your shield, right? Like this is not optimal. I mean, this is what you want to do. Just we need more shield HP and more heal HP, right? I mean that's it. We're so close to you surviving and like actually punishing this guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just about the execution. Okay, let's keep going. Do you have any questions with the Reinhardt matchup here?
No.
Okay, I don't want to go over detailed. That's just the TLDR of it. That's gonna help you later.
Yeah, for sure. I needed that.
JQ, discipline with pre-fight, poke. Don't let her snowball you, I guess. Because once she gets that advantage, then she shouts, then she carnages, and then she's better than you in the brawl.
Yep.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Now, what's this matchup?
We want to be playing. I don't know what terminology you use, but we like to be playing playing first here, or early, playing first or early. If we can, we don't want to play too much into their Ana's LOS or like their long mobility, whatever. So we want to find monkey, fuck monkey, and then possibly walk on backline if that's an option.
Sure. You want to screw up their dive. Like if they get a perfect Sombra angle, if they get a perfect Ana, they get the perfect Winston jump. You know the Tracer gets a lot of damage. This might be hard. So for you, you got two things that you're trying to find in balance here. One, you're trying to avoid taking too much damage from like Ana, Tracer, Sombra, right, whatever. But you're also trying to hit him in the mouth, right? Like you know how they're going to be staging a dive. Sombra on the flank, Winston on the flank, Winston dive. So what can I do to mess that up? Can I force a blink? Can I force a translocator? Can I force a Winston bubble or a Winston jump? You know what I'm saying? Like your comp and paper should be really good versus this because you're hard to dive and you have enough damage to kind of mess up their Winston's day. So that's what I want. Like right now, if you walk forward on this guy and just carnage, spam, knife, shout. Where's the dive?
He dies.
It's over, right?
It's over.
And it's first fight. So is that Sombra Tracer on a good flank right now?
No.
So you have the opportunity right now to absolutely ruin this guy's day. He goes into aggressively ahead of his team. He should be done. He should be cooked. Because if you go in, you know what he's gonna do. You're gonna carnage. You're gonna shoot. You're gonna shout. You're gonna knife. What's he gonna blow?
He's gonna pop up. He's gonna try and jump away, but the knife's already in him. He's gonna get pulled back.
Where's that on a nade gonna be?
On me.
On you, right? It's over. The dive's done. It's done.
Yeah.
No, it's over. This is also, I mean, fine. Right? But the problem here is that now, like, they've actually had the time to set up more of an engage on a target that he wants to. Now we have the Tracer flank. Sombra is late, but she is there. So you could, by the way, you can 100% carnage this. You're going for a backline here, which is fine-ish, but you don't need to kill the backline. You also have a lot of tools to poke out the monkey and to deny the dive as well. So you have two options here. We kill backline or we kill the front line. It's like any composition, right? Like if you're playing Reinhardt into the Junkerqueen comp, the previous fight, you could either force the brawl with the Junkerqueen and beat her at that, or you can find a way to pin on that Hanzo or the Lucio or whatever else, right? So for you here, it's like just shoot the monkey. The backline's over there. Don't chase him. Go in this guy, shoot him, carnage him, stick a knife in his face, chase him down afterwards with shout, right? you have a massive poke advantage versus this Winston, as long as you don't take too much damage from that. But ultimately, like, what is happening is because you guys push, you allow. Look at the map control that you guys start with. Okay, and then look at where it ends up. Right?
It's hilarious looking at it top down.
If you don't, let's put it this way: if you forfeit this much of the map and don't get a kill instantly, you've lost.
That makes sense.
I'm not saying never rotate on backline, but if you do so, something has to die quickly because you have given up. Like, look how much how much damage is this tracer going to do in the next 3, 4, 5 seconds?
Ours or theirs? Sorry.
Theirs.
A,
you know,
a lot. She has a pretty good angle if we run at that Ana.
Brig cleave, for crying out loud, Brig cleave. Like, how many times do you hear that being said? You know what I'm saying? But like, look at the Winston cleave guy. He's getting 3 guys. The Sombra's on your back line. The Brig is freaking sitting on your front line. The trade, it's monstrous. It's monstrous, right? Despite the fact that you have better poke damage, the Winston has more ult charge than you do. You know, so good. They really fumbled the bag here, so you're good to go. And so you look at this here. Don't worry about the Brig. See, the reason why people play Queen into dive, even on Owl Patch, is because you could really mess up a Sombra and Tracer. You're a very self-sufficient tank that can not only mess up Winston, obviously everybody knows that, but you could mess up a Sombra Tracer. Your damage is good. You hit a shot on a Tracer, that's annoying. Like, that's really annoying for her. That you've protected your team during that. So I think that you guys right now, like, the problem here is, like, what are you fishing for? Backline, right? You're looking for backline. But what's the problem?
They're not going to go there.
Look at the space that you're giving right now. How much damage has this Winston taken?
None. Air.
Right. If you wanted a life hack here, like, let's say that you guys had an OD match tonight, and you were like, crap, we don't have time to, like, learn the macro of this composition, okay? We just have to be, like, good, find a, like, quick hack. My hack would be always shoot Winston.
Yeah,
always. Winston and Tracer, never stop shooting them. Always. Take any angle you can to shoot Winston Tracer. That would be the life hack, the short little hack. It's an abbreviated baby version of what you should be really doing. But like this right here, you can't miss that knife. You can't miss that. No excuse. You can't.
I'm a Winston player, I'm sorry.
You need carnage, right. You need carnage, you need carnage, you need carnage, you need carnage, you need carnage. Like, it doesn't matter if you're like, oh, well, he's going to jump away. Who cares? What happens when he jumps away?
We win space.
You win space. There's no dive anymore, right? Get him out.
Yep.
Get him out. You know? Get this guy out.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Get rid of him. Force the bubble, right? And even here, it's like, I don't mind what you're doing necessarily because they are really close, but there's also nothing wrong with doing the exact same thing, running at a Tracer, running at a Sombra. It's not sexy. It's boring because you know that they're not going to die, but that doesn't matter. If they run away, you've done your job, right?
Is that their translocator?
Yeah. I think it must have gotten destroyed by your Tracer. I'm praying.
It's top 1%, by the way.
No way. No way. Never mind.
This is a GM setup. This is a GM setup.
I mean, it's a GM Sombra is what it is. Nobody plays Sombra right?
Real.
Sombra one person play this here correctly. I mean, even then, it's sussy. You know, so,
yeah.
So, I mean, it's a noob Sombra, you know. But, you know. Okay, let's see. But yeah, like I said, find an angle on their dive and keep denying their dive. You could position yourself on high ground, shoot the Tracer, shoot the Winston, mess it up. Hit him hard, hit him up. Obviously, the shout, like, this is the problem. Watch this Winston. Look at his HP bar. I mean, come on. You know?
He's coming into the fight with a whole bubble, jump, full health, armor, a mojito, a fucking cowl.
Pretty much. Too much HP was preserved there. They come in at full resources. You guys are controlling their space because you're in a very tiny little room. I think it feels like your mindset here is like all rotation on backlines, if that makes it, or like all grouped up in a small room. But don't worry about it, because like the other thing is, you're like, I know you were concerned a little bit about Ana damage earlier, but like look at your comp. Like, what poke damage do they have that can match a Junkerqueen May?
No, realistically, they're playing a composition that, like, we kind of are better at poke
You
and
really
at brawl
are.
than them.
You really are. The only thing that they have better than you is angle control because they're more mobile and they're more like they're more dynamic with the positioning. You guys can't split as far, right? But also like old economy, you guys lose that too. But like you guys do
Yeah,
have better poke, and when you guys are grouped up, you're better grouped up too. The only way that they
yeah.
win is if they get all of these off angles on you guys, which you can
They have
deny.
their mobility.
Which
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
deny by poking, right? You can deny that by shooting Tracer, shooting Winston, and so on, and that's not
You're
what
right.
you're doing. So okay, let's keep going. Any questions with that one?
No, 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 not at
Okay,
all. Yeah, I
Junkerqueen versus dive. Shoot them in the face. Control space. Hit them often and early and often. Now there are exceptions to that rule. Like, let's say if they were to, for whatever reason, roll out on like I don't know, like Hanzo dive or something like that, you would have to probably adjust. But
yeah.
for the most part, like that, like you're going to be out poking 99% of these times. Did you say Orisa or am I smoking something?
Smoking a little Saza, a little boof pack.
Oh, I'm smoking. I see Oasis and I see Orisa. My brain is broken.
Got it,
Do you want
got
to
it.
look any more at this map, or do you want to move on?
Don't have to. Don't have
Okay.
to. We can go to the Winton, breeze
Yeah.
over that one. I think it's gonna be a lot of the same of like us. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on it. I'll let you go in it with a fresh
Sure.
brain. I don't want to taint.
Yeah, I got you. Easiest way to look at this composition is pressure cycles. You're thinking, I can't really dive backline here. Don't try and be like complicated, like, oh, I have to just dive something where you're gonna get value and make sure that your Sombra Tracer are doing something at the same time. That's all.
Okay.
So like right now, if you were to jump this Lucio, would that force resources?
Yes.
Yes, what would it force?
Could be amp, could be cleanse.
Yeah. Heal attention, Winston attention.
Oh, attention as well. True,
Right.
true, true, true.
Is that worth the bubble and jump?
The bubble too?
Well, is it worth your bubble? Because that's what's gonna take, right?
Is it worth the bubble? I think the cleanse in specific, yeah, because we have an Ana.
Sure.
Um,
Don't overthink it. Do you feel like if I jump this Lucio and they all respond to it, do you think that that's going to be enough pressure to justify?
yeah. Because if everybody who's looking at, if everyone who's not is not looking at me goes on my backline will live. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't think that.
I agree. So right now, just jump.
Low risk, high reward.
Just jump the Lucio. Just jump the Lucio, zap him, drop your bubble. You're not going to get punished. You know, at the same time, maybe you guys take a duel on the flank here. The only reason why you wouldn't jump is because maybe this mate isn't ready, right? So that's the only reason why I'm assuming that you're waiting here. Otherwise, you would go. Now, your Sombra might not be involved in the dive, but you don't need her to be involved in the dive. You need her to be hacking their Tracer, right? Or their Curie, or their Winston, right? Now, she might be involved in the dive. That might be good, but we're flexible here, right? Like, if you're playing Sombra and Tracer in this composition, there's 5 targets that you can shoot, not
Okay.
1, right? So,
Okay.
yeah. Like, you could even jump Curie here, force TP, right? What I want to see, the problem here is that it looks like your Sombra's already kind of like been doing some stuff, and like that was a window to do something. You know what I'm saying? You're AFK.
Yeah. I think we're.
This is fine. Good value. Good value. I mean, really, this is fine. Right? You got some pressure. Found a good target. Your Sombra Tracer. Everybody was involved. Nice. It's a weird comp, right? Because there is a little bit less urgency to take immediate action because there's not as much ranged poke. So you could be more patient looking for opportunities to get a good jump with good cover on a target where you know you're going to force cooldowns and see what happens afterwards, right? But the idea with Winston is still you are diving something. You are taking a 1v1 with something. Whether that's even a Tracer or a Sombra, you're still looking. What's the problem here? Micro problem, a very important problem.
I didn't know LOS in my backline.
Right, so you're at an HP disadvantage for no reason, right? There's just no reason for this to be happening. I will say again here, you need to be doing something right now because do you see this here? This is an opportunity right now. If you don't go for this Curie or Tracer right now, you're trolling.
I think I'm gonna do nothing.
Well, because you don't have any HP, right? So but this is where like the communication with your team needs to be very tight. Where not everyone's on the same page in terms of like on the same target, but you need to be doing something right now to make sure that your Sombra doesn't get railed. You know, you need to keep this Kiriko tied up, and like maybe they peel off the Sombra, but then you punish the Tracer because she's getting no help, right? And so their Tracer has to blink all the way out, and then now your Tracer has a power position and outpokes their Winston. And if you jump this Tracer now, you're not going to take any damage for it, right?
Yeah.
Because she's got no help. So this is the problem here, right? Yeah. Bubble. Yeah. Usually not the target, but given the fact that there is nothing else, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, generally Winston's the last target that you shoot, just because you don't win those HP trades. But, I mean, if there's nothing else to shoot, I mean, whatever. Yep. Again, why do you never jump Tracer as Winston?
She's got a couple more jumps than me.
Right. Because there's other things to jump instead.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their composition. There's a lot fewer of those other things, right? So that's why you're going to be spending more time doing things like you're doing now, because there isn't a Widowmaker or an Ana, right? Or a Hanzo. Yeah. There are actual fewer things to jump. So, you know, outside of the enemy Winston, I don't know. You could jump a Sombra, you could jump a Lucio, you could jump a Kiriko, you could jump a Tracer. Even just jumping a Tracer and forcing a bunch of blinks sometimes is the play, right? So, you know, like right now, jump, yeah, there it is. She's cooked, right? Good. Your Briggs there, get her. And you notice as well, the nice thing about Kiriko is you don't always have to bubble when you jump her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why you have bubble for Ana, because she's juicy, but also because she'll kill you if you don't bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
But Kiriko, like, you know, lost in the sauce. There you go. Oh, no. Yeah, just mechanically. That Kiriko should have died 6 days ago.
Yep.
You know? Okay. Let's see. Alright. Is your team ready to go?
Don't know. I haven't turned around once.
Well, this is also where you can rely a little bit more on communication than in ranked. But yeah, this is too early. It's too early. Your backline's not even taking space here. So like, if your backline is this passive, then you really can't be here, honestly. Like, yeah, I know they're worried about EMP and beat and such, but like, I don't know. You got to be really careful here. Because what you're doing, again, is fine. The bubble's way too late. Way too late. But yeah. Well, by the way, Elite Winstons react to this.
Yeah. I'm pressing Q instead of E here.
Why is she EMPing you?
Because I'm inting.
Could she EMP these guys?
No shot.
No. Right? So the answer is who's inting here? The answer is yes. Okay. But this is something that elite tier Winstons have to anticipate, right? You have to anticipate that EMPs on front lines are a lot more common, as you know, because it's harder to get for backline a lot of times. So you need to be able to quickly react to this, because you should be predicting this. You should know that this is coming out, right? So a timing issue here, and a prediction issue here, and yes. Okay, let's keep going.
Can you hear somebody like blowing up an inflatable mattress or vacuuming or something through my mic?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering. My neighbors are doing something.
No, you're good. Okay, Sombra, we set up, and we set up, and we set up. Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? Again, it doesn't have to be the same target.
I'm gonna do a little reaching.
Easy value, easy value, easy value. Was that a translocator or did she just troll?
I think I just did the funny burst tech now.
She just greedy. Nice. Moomba. Okay, not bad. Maybe pursue some staggers. See if there's anything else you can catch. Not really. Okay. Where's your backline? Where's your backline? Where's your backline? Backline close. Listen. There's Lucio. You could jump this if you want. It probably won't cost your bubble. So you could absolutely just jump, force this guy out, and then go from there. It's gonna force Amp for jump. Good trade. And you could do this here. Don't hesitate. Huge. Find her. Easy. Stay on her. Just die. Bubble. Good stop on the hack. Good. Get her. Yeah, fine. Find somebody. Yes. I would stay on the Tracer here. Just again, return on investment, right? Like it's weird to think that I would be primaling a Tracer, but would you prefer to primal Tracer or Winston? You go for Winston because he was low there at the end, but earlier in that primal would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can like pretty much one-shot combo a Tracer as with primal. So it really doesn't even matter what.
Forcing like blinks is like that's now gonna help your Tracer get a kill on her, right? So
yeah.
Are we ready? When you jump here, who are you jumping on?
Curie.
Right, you're not jumping on Winston. You're jumping on either Sombra or Curie.
Yeah. Never have I ever been booped off high ground with Suzu.
The first for everything. I mean, look at that, right? They use their EMP and get a huge advantage, but they used every single cooldown to make that play work. Snap right back into the mouth. Nice shot.
Yep.
Good. Keep those right clicks charging constantly versus this comp. Like your poke damage actually matters, you know?
I forgot.
Now, but this is one of the mechanical things, right? This falls into the EMP category, right? Where like, this is something that like you're gonna see the higher level Winstons play around. It's the Brig Shield Bash during Ultimate, Sleep Dart, EMP, Pulse Bomb. Like you are target priority #1 for Pulse just because you're so freaking. You know, it's a little thing you're getting used to. There's like a lot of like kind of I wouldn't say new mechanics, but like newish mechanics that you have to consider. Right?
Yeah.
Are we ready to go? Ready to go? Oh, we're
Going
going.
deep.
Wrong target.
Oh shit.
Yeah, watch this. I mean, okay, you know what? That's not true. I wouldn't say wrong target. Here's what I'll say. Lucio is the best card target you can get.
Easiest.
Right?
Easiest.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, you go for the right target here. Let's put it that way. However, you're not always going to be able to get this EMP. More often than not, it's going to be on Tracer. Because the Lucio will be playing in an inaccessible position.
Yeah.
So you would probably more often than not you would go for Tracer here.
Okay.
However, that's also something that this Lucio kind of hands you.
In the situation, it worked out because A misplayed, but if they were playing more optimally, the Tracer was the hit.
Pretty much, yeah. What I would say is like you would need to build the habit of going for the Lucio when he presents himself, but if he doesn't present himself, just be aware that Tracer's number 1 player.
Got it.
Wait for Sombra. And then even like here, for example, you just lost your Sombra, what's your priority?
Don't stagger.
Right, don't stagger and survival, right? You're worried about hack, you're worried about their Tracer getting an off angle or Lucio getting a boop, right? So just don't even be peeking and shooting right clicks at Winston. Worthless. Keep your attention on where's the Sombra manually hacking. Are they going to pop Kitsune Rush? I need to be able to get ready to jump out. Does this Tracer going to be looking for a Pulse Bomb? Or is she going to be looking for a Pulse Bomb? Right? You're just kind of like, right click, whoa! You know, like,
oh shit.
Stay on the squishies. Too early. Too much attention on the tanks there. Or on the tanks, I say. On the tank. Nice. Now you get the tank. Good. Let's watch one more fight. And then we will look at your creative code.
This time I remembered. Oh wait, no, shouldn't have it. I'm feeding.
You're feeding. Like who are you fighting here? Everybody. Right? And I know you're honest with you, but you got somebody on cart. You got 2 people on cart. This. You got to be really careful about this. You kind of see what I'm saying? You're gonna lose a lot of HP here. Be very careful. Okay. Where's the target? Where's Lucio? Where's Sombra? Where's Kiri? I assume you guys are playing slow for EMP, but that means for you, if you're playing slow, what's your priority in this comp?
Taking space, like setting up for the setting up for the MP.
Sure. Or just don't take damage, right? Don't take
Yeah,
damage.
don't get forced out. Smile.
Right, don't take damage. Don't let that tracer just completely murk you, right? Throw right clicks at Lucio, throw right clicks at Kiriko, but don't get murked, right? Like, this is better, right? Your bubble in these situations is almost as meaningless as it possibly could be. It does block a small bit of healing, but either he's gonna die or he's not. Right? You're not blocking on an aim here. You're blocking Kiriko healing, but it's not worth it in my opinion. I think better to hold the bubble than actually have it when it actually matters. Case in point. Right? Just be very cautious with your bubble. Your bubble is what allows you to do aggressive things. Whether that's on Lucio, Tracer, Sombra, Kiriko, whatever. And using it to just split off healing, most of the time, not worth the investment. No comment? Get her. Find her. Get her. Ah, yeah. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna watch one more fight.
Okay.
Poke. Careful with the manual hack there. Careful with the Winston focus there. Cause like again here, so here, avoid taking too much damage. They pop Kitsune. Don't peek until this Kiriko walks into you, then bubble immediately right now before you get hacked. Bubble, zap. Don't turn your attention away from her. Stay on her, and then as she TPs from here, you have a real opportunity to jump her now. Like, I know you're 341 HP. There you go. Surely. Come on. You know what? I guess we're finishing with that. Yeah. Okay. So what are you seeing so far with the Kiriko dive mirror? What are small things? Small things is what we're looking at today.
I think I'm missing a lot of opportunities to deal safe damage and finding as many opportunities to take unnecessary poke. Maybe more focused on the latter than the former.
Yeah.
I also think that because I'm scared to do things without DPS in hopes that I don't seem like a solo ranked scrim partner, I don't do anything alone, which just limits what I can do playmaking wise.
Yep. Be more
also, stop putting your head on signs and lamps.
Yeah, exactly. The head bonking. Okay, let's keep going. So, time your pressure around your DPS, or your DPS timed around you. One or the other has to happen. And then from there, be more comfortable with not taking poke. Engage off of a pressure cycle, whether that's in Sombra, Tracer, Kiriko, Lucio, whatever, and then reset. Go over and over and over.
Okay. That makes sense.
Sigma time?
Well, for a little bit at least.
Okay, which of the tanks do you want to look at here?
The pig.
The pig?
When was the last time we coached the pig?
That's true, it's been a long time.
Where's the pig? Is it mostly JQ? I thought it was a lot of pig. That's a GM hook.
Yeah, I see that. Hog, cyclical, like Winston. Hook, powerful. Vape, powerful. No hook, no vape, not powerful. Hook the most aggressive member of the enemy team, or set up for an aggressive angle yourself. GG's.
Noted.
creating a distraction, putting pressure, allowing your team to walk forward, controlling. Do you see the problem here?
Is it just my running it down main?
Pretty much.
Got
Problem
it.
with you're too easy to shoot. Let's put it that way. So a lot of your value when it comes to peeling is going to be more about prevention than the peeling itself. This hook is helpful, right? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this hook is bad, right? It's helpful, I guess. But that hog really wasn't going to, or that ball wasn't really going to do much with it anyway, because he was also running it with down mid. What I'm more concerned about is why are these guys allowed to be doing what they're doing? Could we not at least spook or pressure or control them? So I actually think where you rolled out was probably pretty reasonable. Remember when you're on just to the room to your right? Pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the tricky thing with Hog. It's like, you do have some favorable good tank matches, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But like,
few and far between.
Balance, right? You know, it's just not work. Because if you hook this guy, what does it matter?
I just get shot. I just get shot.
He's not going to die. You're not going to really force any legitimate cooldowns. If you're going to be fishing for anything here, maybe at least fish for what's up top, right? Maybe this hook you actually can lead to a kill, right? Because it's not an accident that when this is happening, this is also when we start to see people peeking. You see that? There's the opportunity for hook. And now you're forced out. And not only are you forced out, but you are in zero position to do anything whatsoever. So you have two options here. You ego for a hook here and back up. Or what else? What else could you do here?
Well, I could just stick cart and play to catch their ball and just rotate away.
You could. And then as the cart moves forward, watch this. Rotate this direction and keep their backline honest.
Yep. Yeah.
Keep their backline honest. You're not in a punishable or pushable position here, and you will prevent that backline from walking over this line.
Yeah.
That's how you tank as Roadhog. It's the threat of kill. That's how you tank. And if you're not threatening kills by positioning on like angles like that, and I'm not saying that frontline hog is ever like it's never bad or never good. Sometimes it's good, right? But you need to be trying to keep them honest. That's the hog mindset. Hey, you better watch out. You better not get sloppy with the positioning here. I will ruin you. Like even the ball here, right? The ball is not being honest. The ball is going in by himself, right?
Well, his teammates are backing away.
There's zero follow up from the rest of his team, so this guy should die. Right? You don't hit the hook, but that's what Hog does. Hog punishes bad timing, right? Like right there. What's the problem with the enemy team's backline?
They're literally holding a close corner against
their
me.
Ball, right?
It might be, yeah.
He's not a distraction, right? So is your team focused on helping you? Kind of, sort of, right? They're not really under threat. So you can get Mercy Beam.
Yeah.
You can get Moira Pocket, right? So that's the thing. It's like you punish bad timings. Now, my only nitpick here is if this was an OT, again, I would want you on a wider position, essentially.
Yeah.
This is where you can play. The Hog is more ranged than up close, I think. Because while you do have brawl tendencies, your hitbox is so fat, it is so easy to lose HP if you're not undercover. Yeah, just burn the shield. Obviously here it's tricky because and keep him honest. Keep him honest, right? Too early, right? Too early for him. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna lose all of his HP and die.
God rest his soul.
Keep him honest. This guy is peeking by herself. She should be kept honest. You did. You just forced her out, right? That alone is fine value. I mean, she can't help you. Someone's got to push.
I think I don't know what the move was there. I think we were talking in voice chat or something.
Okay.
Must have been what it was.
I mean, you want Moira on card here, I think.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Keep him honest. That's worth, you know. It's
as
long as you'll have it back by the time the fight actually starts.
Especially since they got the buff, you know.
Yeah.
The 6-second.
Now they're gonna push down main. Where do you need to be? Answer, not here. Okay, so
anywhere else.
anywhere. You could fall back here. You could also. So what I was thinking here is again thinking like the angle here. As you kite off, drop into this room here. Keep him honest from here. Good cover. Little health back. It's going to make it very difficult for this DPS to walk forward, and very scary for that backline to walk forward. Right? Keep him honest.
I can see that.
You're not pushable from that position. You're not pushable from that position. And now, during the chaos of the team fight, do you see how ugly this feels for you right now? What are you supposed to do?
Shoot, mines, smile.
Let me give you an alternative play. Right? You see this? I mean, this is just reload, right?
Imagine if that guy was dead.
I mean, they wouldn't even be able to get here. They would be sitting here. They'd probably have to put a lot of resources to force you out, and then you would be able to walk back here, heal up, and then just walk right back, right? Like,
yep.
you're not a factor here, right? You're not a factor. That's the most like insulting thing that I can say. It's like you're irrelevant, right?
A non-threat.
You're a total non-threat to anybody or anything. Keep them honest. Keep them honest. Right? You guys going? You don't always have the hard flank as Hog. I think that's like something obviously you don't necessarily need to do, but you do need to control some sort of space because the front line is hostile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a little hostile towards Hog.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
You don't have any way of mitigating any sort of damage whatsoever. Not really. So like, it's just ugly. And again, if you're unable to do anything besides absorb damage, then there are just better tanks.
Yeah, they're literally, there is. There's so many better tanks for that. Right click. Right click on RAM. Sorry, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Keep them honest. Where should you be? As soon as you fail this here, there's a failure. Where should you be?
Run away.
Where should you be? Be specific.
I'm thinking I could be on that left door, stuffing that. I'm thinking I could be...
Yeah, stuff the flank. Also, if they walk here, backline walks into your crossfire, right?
Yeah.
And you could catch ball in staging. That's best case scenario, right? You catch this guy as he's setting up.
But I think I'm just... My brain says, press button on point, Smile.
Well, okay, to be fair, I think a lot of Hog players do play it like this. But a lot of Hog players are kind of idiots, you know.
I don't watch a lot of Hog players, so you have a clean slate with me.
Good. This isn't what the hero is good at. What you need to understand is because you have self-sustain, that allows you to play angles easier than most tanks. Right? What you're doing is equivalent of playing Soldier 76 and standing in front of the enemy team instead of like leveraging.
Got it.
Where you have self-sustain, leverage that, right? Your supports don't have to babysit you, so leverage that, right? You're the best 1v1 hero arguably in the game. Leverage that. Actively pursue.
No,
Not 2v1s, not 3v1s. You're terrible at 2v1s and 3v1s. Because you have no way to survive them without immediately melting. Like even here, right? Like even here, keep them honest. You mines here, control the flank, right? Don't back off. If the fight's lost, it's lost, you know, but like at least control the angle, control the flank. If you're on to 1v1, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm honest, good. You could absorb cooldowns here. Far away. I'm honest. Now, walk right. Walk right. Cut him off at the pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't walk into a hack. Don't walk into a nade. Don't let them look at your team and you at the same time. Force themselves to split their attention, right? You don't need fast, crazy mobility for this to be a viable flank.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're right.
There's some maps where the flanks are too far and Hog is too easily zonable. This isn't one of those maps.
Coach, I don't know why he keeps doing it. You've told him to stop so many times.
I mean, clearly, the hindsight coaching is not working.
I don't know why he doesn't stop.
The worst live coaching session I've ever had. I mean, there you go, right? Like, look at how they're just dumping damage into you. You know, you're standing out in the open. You're just getting dump damage. And it's a skill check, right? It's a skill check. Like, it's gonna work 30, 40, 50% of the time because the enemy team is gonna be too dopey to just stand behind a wall. But when it doesn't work, obviously there's a ceiling with how much that you're going to be able to
Yeah.
make this work.
Yeah, no, 110%.
So Hog, it's not so much a hard flank thing, so much as keep them honest, control space with cover, don't sit on the cart 24/7.
Now, is this a weird analogy to draw? You can think of self-sustain as mobility when
Yes,
it comes to how far you can stray from your
it's
core.
independence is what it is.
Exactly.
Independence. Yes, so your analogy is 100% correct. Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay, no, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Do you have any questions? Talked about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Talk about a few things. Talk about a few things. You watch any contenders?
Not as much recently. No, I've been too old and busy.
I watched a little Korea last night. Korea was fun to watch.
Yeah, what were they playing?
Lot. They were playing some dive. They played some ball. That was weird. JQ for sure had a showing. Devo Winton.
They're not on live patch, right?
Are they not? I thought they were.
Okay.
They could not be. I didn't.
I don't know, honestly.
I was half asleep listening to the games.
Because people were asking
I heard
about
the
flow
names.
meta, and I'm like, it's gotta be Junkerqueen, Kiriko, Lucio, Tracer, probably on the top tier live meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know what the second DPS would be. I don't know. Mei, Genji, Hitscan.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Sombra. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Not about the. Sorry, not about the